Now the next topic is angle between two vectors. How can we find the angle between two vectors? If two non-zero vectors in R cube are denoted by vector x and vector y, then if vector x is equal to k times vector y and if k greater than 0, then vector x and vector y have same direction and measure of angle between vector x and y is 0 degree. And if vector x is equal to k times vector y and if k less than 0, then vector x and vector y have opposite direction so the measure of angle between vector x and vector y is pi. Now suppose that x and y have different directions. Then by Cauchy-Schwarz inequality, modulus x dot y is less than modulus x dot modulus y, that is less than equal to, that is if we open the modulus then it becomes minus modulus x dot modulus y less than equal to x dot y less than equal to modulus x product modulus y, because if mod x is less than equal to a, then minus a less than equal to x, x less than equal to a. We use this property while eliminating modulus from x dot y. So we get this. So on dividing by modulus x dot y, we will get minus 1 less than equal to x dot y over modulus x product modulus y less than equal to 1. Therefore, there is a unique alpha that belongs to 0 to pi such that cos inverse x dot y over modulus x over modulus y is equal to alpha. That implies cos alpha is equal to modulus x modulus y over modulus x modulus y product. So this is the angle between vector x and vector y. So number alpha is defined to the measure of angle between vector x and vector y, and it is denoted by as alpha is equal to angle between vector x and vector y. So we read it as alpha is the angle between cos inverse of x dot y over modulus x modulus y. So for all non-zero vectors x and y, there exists alpha belongs to 0 to pi such that alpha is equal to and cos inverse angle between vector x and y, which is equal to cos inverse x dot y over modulus x modulus y. So by using this formula we can find the angle between two vectors. Now next is geometrical interpretation of angle between two vectors. So that is suppose position vector of P and Q are vector x and vector y respectively, where vector x is not equal to 0 and vector y is not equal to 0. Let us draw the diagram. This is x-axis and this is y-axis. So we draw a circle, that is a unit circle, and here this is the vector p of x, vector x whose coordinate is p of x at any point, making an angle alpha with the x-axis, and this is vector y, that is q of y, making an angle beta with the x-axis. Therefore, the angle between them is alpha minus beta, or we can say beta minus alpha. So if we take x over modulus x, that is direction vector of vector p, that is u, and y over modulus y, that is v, be unit vector in the direction of vector x and vector y. Also, angle between vector x and its unit vector will be same. So, suppose u and v are position vectors of r and s respectively. So we take the point r and s on the circle. So this is r of u, as u is a unit vector of vector x, and s of v as s is a unit vector of vector y. Since you can see r and s lie on the unit circle, therefore for some alpha and beta with alpha and beta lying between 0 to 2 pi, we should have vector u is equal to cos alpha and sin alpha as coordinate, and vector v is equal to cos beta and sin beta as coordinate. Now if the radian measure of the angle formed by rays OR and OS is theta, then it is clear that theta is equal to alpha minus beta or beta minus alpha. Now, as we know, angle between two vectors is given by cos of angle between x and y is equal to x dot y over modulus x modulus y, that is also equal to u dot v as mod x over mod y x over mod x dot y over mod y, that is u dot v. So coordinate of u are cos alpha comma sin alpha into cos beta comma sin beta. So we'll take inner product of this and we will get cos alpha cos beta plus sin alpha sin beta, that is, it may be cos alpha minus beta or cos beta minus alpha. It depends upon us, that is, theta is the angle between vector x and y, which is equal to cos inverse vector x dot y over modulus value of vector x modulus value of vector y, as alpha minus beta is theta. So we get the measure of angle theta formed by OP and OQ as we understand from geometry, is also same angle of vector x and vector y. So this was a geometrical interpretation of angle between two vectors. For this we take unit vector in the direction of given vector, because given vector are unbounded, so we bound the vector as u and v and take their position vector and get the value of angle theta between the vector x and vector y.